YouTube channel and on the Cool 95.7 Facebook hookup. It is Alan Scott here filling the big major league shoes of Ty Friend this afternoon. And you can tell by the wind noise coming over my microphone that we are on the west side of Albuquerque at Rio Rancho High School. And the crowd is arriving. The teams are out on the field getting their warm-ups in. Hobbs Eagles are dressed in their white unis today, trimmed in black with a little gold here and there. Their opponents are not wearing their, well, I would consider perhaps gaudy uniforms, the dark pinstripes, blue with white pinstripes and green lettering. I don't see those. However, that's what I saw on the picture on Max Preps, and I thought those will draw attention. Kind of an odd mix of color. And I'm going to make sure I have this right. Rio Rancho may be in all white today. And it may be the Eagles wearing their dark jerseys. Yeah, that's what we got. Okay. They have the infield right now, so I was thinking that was Rio Rancho, but it is not. They're going to be decked out in all white. The Rams of Rio Rancho, top ranked in the state. Hobbs gets in. They were on the bubble. They get in as a 16 seed. And we are looking forward to bringing you all of the action here. It's a best of 3 game set. And we would love to be showing you pictures. However, we can't do that because ProView is here representing the NMAA, New Mexico Activities Association. And so we bow to them on the picture end of things, but we are proud to be bringing you the audio. Today, myself and shoeless Ron Gunter has joined me for this trip, and we have got some wind, but that's a way of life in southeastern New Mexico. And Ron and I were chatting on the way up that may actually benefit Hobbs.
Right.
But then again, Rio Rancho is on the wind-blown West Mesa, so I think both of these teams are used to having wind. And as we look out to the center field, you see a big American flag and a New Mexico flag. And they are standing totally out right to left. So we got a pretty stiff wind blowing just from right center out toward left field. But it is a crossing wind. It's not behind the plate, and it's not coming directly in the face of the hitters, but it will take some fly balls and drive them to the left when you look out from home plate.
Exactly. Nothing too drastic, however. It will, like you said, change the trajectory of the ball.
Right, and the higher it's hit, the more likely it is to have an effect on it. If you hit a line drive, it's probably going to be pretty safe that it's going where you think it's going. However, a fly ball will be a different story. We've got bright sunshine, but this field is oriented at least to where when the sun gets low on the horizon an hour or two from now, or 3, it won't be directly in the faces of anybody except maybe the Rio Rancho dugout, maybe the third baseman trying to throw over.
Right.
But this is oriented pretty well for the sun. A lot of fields have it blazing right down on you. And it can really affect play when you look up and have to catch an infield fly or something like that. So it's a beautiful ballpark, you know, windy afternoon, but a warm one up here. And you get great views. You can see the Sandia and Manzano Mountains very well from Rio Rancho here, which is, of course, on the west side of the Rio Grande. And Albuquerque proper is on the other side. But it's a perfect day, really, for baseball. If you let wind bother you in the state of New Mexico, you're not going to get anything done anyway.
Nothing good anyway.
Right. So Hobbs will be wearing their dark jerseys, white pants, and you can see the gold on the catcher's protector and on the helmet. And they've got a gold patch on the hats today, and it'll be the Rio Rancho Rams decked out in their more conservative white, trimmed in black or dark blue. So we didn't get to see the pajama uniforms, Ron.
Well, you know, tomorrow is another day.
True.
But
maybe we'll get to see those. They remind me of a pair of pajamas I had once. And I just say that in kidding. You know, we have our technical issues taken care of, and it was
just
out of our
time.
hands. And just in time to see one go out of the park.
No, that's a double.
That's a double for Hobbs. That was deep and long out to left center field. Ron Gunter and I are back. And your next batter for the Hobbs Eagles is going to be Major Bird. He is batting third, so that was Josiah Martinez,
Exactly.
who gave it a heck of a ride, and he has a stand-up double with one away here in the top of the first and no score. So we didn't miss anything, and we apologize, but we had someone who was 25 feet away from us either trip over or step on our power supply and unplug it, so we had to reboot everything. But all's well that ends well. We're back, and that is hit hard, but it's going to be held up by the wind and caught at second base, right on the edge of the infield dirt and on the edge of the outfield grass. So 2 down, and Mickey Brewer, the big bat for the Hobbs Eagles, batting .513 on the season, will step in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they pitch to him or not.
And he's going against Seth Lee, the starting pitcher for the Rio Rancho Rams this afternoon.
Yeah, and they're going to walk him. You know, I had a feeling they might do that, even though Seth is one of the better pitchers. I mean, Smith Lee is one of the better pitchers for the Rams. They're going to go ahead and walk and get Alvarado up next.
So you got 2 down. You got runners at first and second for the Hobbs Eagles. And there is the pitch from Lee. That's a called strike.
Really? I thought that was too far in, but apparently not. So
Xavier Alvarado is the hitter, swinging from the left side for Hobbs. Lee comes to the plate, and the count evens up at 1-1. He takes that one for a ball.
yes, indeed. And this is some nice weather for baseball. Inside.
There's that pitch. Fastball is inside and a bit high. The count will go to 2 balls, 1 strike.
There's a mound, a meeting at the mound, and trying to figure out what their strategy is going to be for this pitcher, or for this batter.
So they were willing to walk Brewer and deal with 2 base runners, and now with 2 outs, be a nice time for a single right out toward left field. Since you got a lefty at the plate, if he could punch that over the third baseman's head or in between short and third. That's outside. 3-1.
Alvarado having a pretty good season, .324 batting average, and has had 16 RBIs, 4 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs.
Checks the runner. Lee comes to the plate. Big cut on the fastball, and it was right down the middle, and the count goes full.
Yeah, and once again, there's the full count, and the Eagle set up to possibly either end this inning or continue it with some sort of hit.
Here's the payoff pitch, and he got him swinging. That'll retire the side. We have 1 hit, 1 walk, and they strand 2. We head to the bottom of the first. No score in the ball game. Rio Rancho Rams coming to bat. We'll be right back.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
Hobbs Rental wants to wish Lee County student-athletes the best of luck as they take on challenges and experience success. The team of Hobbs Rental wants you to know that teamwork is everything. Hobbs Rental provides complete valve service, relief valve, vent valve, and thief hatch maintenance. BR certified and ISN approved. When you need the job done right the first time, call Hobbs Rental at 393-3085. Go Eagles!
All right, we are back. Alan Scott here, covering for Ty Friend today. I know Ty would love to be here. He's otherwise occupied. And so, hey, I'm ready to cover for Ty, and it doesn't happen very often, but I've had the pleasure of doing it a few times over the years, and it's a great pleasure to be calling some Hobbs Eagle baseball here today. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, myself and shoeless Ron Gunter here, and as we surmised, Ron, Major Bird gets the start on the mound for Hobbs.
Yes, indeed, and quick lineup for the Hobbs Eagles. First is Alvarado. Second base is going to be covered by Hector Armendariz. Third base is going to be covered by Gonzalez. Then we have, of course, shortstop with Fuentes. He's the freshman. And, of course, Major Bird is pitching.
And there is the first pitch, and that's a fastball called strike. 0-1 on the leadoff hitter, Kason Savage, for the Rio Rancho Rams.
We got Singleton catching. Of course, we have Brewer in center field.
And that's outside, 1-1. But you can hear the pop of the glove very well from our vantage point. Just a little left of directly behind home plate here. Took a little something off that one. Ground ball is short. That's knocked down. Long throw and safe. He was able to leg it out. A nice job by the shortstop to keep it in front of him, but
now batting for the Rams, number 1.
Kason Savage a little too quick down the first base line. Got to the bag before the throw did. So the leadoff man is aboard for the Rio Rancho Rams, and that will bring up Nico Alcala. Wears number 1 on that white and black jersey. Bird now has to keep an eye on the runner at first, who has a sizable lead. And now he'll come to the plate, and the fastball is inside. 1-0.
Yeah, pitching to see if they can get that runner to lead off and possibly even take second, or try to take second.
Alcala ready. So is Bird. He fires that one, and it's chopped foul. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike as we get the breaking glass sound effect. You gotta like that.
So Martinez is at left field. Right field is Saul Armendariz to round up the order.
1-1 pitch coming from Bird, and that is stroked out to left. That's a base hit.
Just found the gap over there to left, like you said, and was able to get enough for a base. So first and second are now covered.
So the Rams are in business with no outs. First 2 hitters have gotten base hits, so you've got Rams now at first and second, and then coming into the batter's box is Kai Fitak, number 16, for the Rams, who are threatening here early.
Yes, indeed, and Major Bird trying to see if he can get it out on this one.
That pitch is ball 1, but Hobbs really concerned about the man in second. In fact, threatened to throw down from the catcher. Did not, but they're going to keep him honest. And Bird eyes the runner, now comes to the plate. They show bunt, and that's a pretty good bunt. Back toward the mound. Throw from Bird, gets the out at first. And a nice play from the pitcher to remain calm and cool and make a nice strong throw to first, and he did. 1 down, but the runners advance. Now you've got Rams at second and third with 1 away. Bottom of the first inning. No score in this ball game, which is the opener of a 3-game set.
Yes, indeed. Bird trying to get out of this hole now with second and third covered, and of course they're in scoring position.
And at bat is Vascon Smith. Big cut at that one, fouled it back into the netting. And the first strike on this batter, it's 0-1 count.
Get a nice cross breeze that is just playing havoc with us as we're getting out, trying to get ready for this or set up.
Bird comes to the plate, and that is hit out toward right. It's held up by the wind. The catch is made, but the run will score on the tag play from third, so it's 1-0. Rams.
Now batting for the Rams, number 2.
Yes, indeed. Just deep enough to where the third baseman, that would be Savage, could get the run scored. And this happened before, though, but nothing severe. It's still only the first inning. But Hobbs with 2 outs, and the ability to get one more will be able to get us out of this with just minimal bleeding.
So Kason Savage scores the first run of the game, and it's for the Rio Rancho Rams. But now 2 down, and a shot down toward first, and it's just foul.
Yes, indeed.
Hit hard. And another left-handed batter here in the lineup. That's 2 out of the first 4 or 5 batters. Lefties for the Rams. And that pitch is low for a ball. The count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike on the hitter with 2 down. A run across and a runner at third right now for Rio Rancho. Bird delivers and got him with he took a little something off that. It was a breaking ball and got the swing and a miss. Now ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third with a sizable lead. And that is chopped foul down the first base side.
Yes, indeed.
Count remains 1-2.
Bird's got a record of 4-3. He's also got 1 save during this season.
And the hitter digs in. Bird trying to get out of this thing, only giving up 1 run, and that's in the dirt. Gets past the catcher, and now it's 2-0.
And that's gonna be a wild pitch for.
Yeah, it will be. Nico Alcala crosses the plate there on the wild pitch, which bounced in front of the plate to the catcher's defense and went right over his head.
Yeah, it did. It was a low ball. Trying to do too much maybe was Major Bird. I know sometimes that happens. You lose control of that throw. You don't throw it when you need to, and it just gets out of your hand at the wrong time.
Yeah, so an untimely second run scoring there, and that is stroked out to left center. Line drive, and unable to make the play, and the wind had to have a little bit to do with that. Your left fielder had a beat on it, but it was also curving thanks to that wind, and it was a tough play to make, although a playable ball, one you'd like to have back.
Yes. Yeah, that was an error, though, for Martinez. You're right. He was right there. Should have been able to catch it, but instead, for whatever reason, just bounced out of the glove, and it is going to end up being an error and a man on base.
Fortunately, there were no runners in scoring position on that play, so no change in the score. It's still 2-0 with 2 down and a runner at first. And maybe some nerves. You know, you got to remember these are high school kids, and you're playing the first game in a state tournament, and unable to find the strike zone for the last few pitches is Bird here, and he's behind 1-0 in the count here.
Right.
And now 2-0 on the hitter, and the batter is number 12 for the Rams, Dean Ellison.
And he's a freshman, if you can believe that. They do have a freshman on the team among seniors.
So Bird would just settle himself down here. You got 2 away. 2-0 is not an insurmountable lead. There's a called strike.
Yes, indeed. That's usually what happens when you have 2 balls. The next one's going to be really close to down the center.
So the 2-1 pitch is coming with a man aboard. Bottom of the first inning. Right back of the pitcher, Bird will make an easy toss to first and retire the side, and Hobbs gets out of it with minimal damage. Really should have been a 1-0 score, but the error out in left field let the next run come in, but that's okay. And we go to the top of the second inning, and it is 2-0 Hobbs Eagles coming to bat.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans.
All right, we are back. Alan Scott, Shoeless Ron Gunter. We are in the top of the second. 2-0 Rams. Hobbs Eagles trying to answer here now. And your hitter is Jason Fuentes. And that pitch is high and away. 2 balls, no strikes on Fuentes. He was also a pretty good hitter, averaging over 400, 429, something like that.
But he's only had 6 hits, 4 RBIs, and 1 double.
Fastball is a strike. 2-1 now on Fuentes.
Oh, not to mention that I believe he is a freshman, like I mentioned earlier.
And a called strike on that pitch. Count evens up at 2-2 on Jason Fuentes.
And this is when you got to, take advantage of those pitches. Make sure you swing at everything that looks hittable.
And he hits that one high in the air, infield, drifting, and the shortstop drifts over and makes the play. 1 down. And the wind has eased considerably since the speed it was blowing prior to this game starting.
And now you jinxed us.
It's probably decreased by at least 10 miles an hour. The flags are now wafting back and forth. They were standing straight out when we were getting ready for this game. It's actually backed off a little. 1 away. And that is fouled back off the canopy here.
Yes, indeed. As we see Singleton up at bat.
Seth Lee got the start for the Rams, and he is still on the hill.
Yeah, according to my research,
Down
he's the
toward
best pitcher.
third. Long throw for the third baseman, but it's an accurate throw and 2 down. Go ahead, Ron.
I was just saying, I do believe that Smith Lee is one of their better pitchers for this team. So I'm not surprised to see him.
Hector Armendariz.
Armendariz.
So at number 8, Hector Armendariz is going to come in. With 2 down, nobody aboard for Hobbs, and Lee trying to make quick work out of the top half of the second inning here.
Of course, Hector being part of the Armendariz brother team with Saul backing him up after this bat.
1 ball, no strikes on Armendariz. Lee to the plate. That's outside, 1-1. Or make that 2-0 is what the scoreboard says.
Yes,
so
yes,
2 balls, no
if it's
strikes.
outside, it should be 1. Another 1.
I like 2-0 better than 1-1.
Exactly.
That's a fastball right down the pipe. 2-1 count now. Nobody aboard for the Eagles, and Armendariz trying to extend this top of the second. Lee to the plate, big cut, and a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes now with 2 down. Not only has the wind backed off a bit, but it's still blowing, but now it's coming almost directly in from right center.
Yes, indeed. So that's going to be more for the pitcher and not for the batter.
Yeah. Lee will deliver the 2-2 pitch. Got him, and the side is retired.
Yeah.
We head to the bottom half of the second inning with your score: Rio Rancho Rams 2, Hobbs Eagles 0, and the Rams coming to the plate.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil path. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solution, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
It's designated drivers for the win.
Going on this weekend, quickly at La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large walnut tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
An adolescent alligator is about 10 feet long, depending on climate and diet. You should stay at least one adolescent alligator 10 feet away from power lines. You should probably stay at least one adolescent alligator away from alligators, too. Get more safety tips at excellenergy.com/safety. Excel Energy.
All right, we are back. And we go to the bottom of the second here. Leading it off, Dylan Archuleta for the Rio Rancho Rams. Where's number 6? He will go up against Major Bird, and the first pitch is a fastball away, ball 1. Bird comes to the plate and fouled back into the netting. The count leaving up 1-1 on Dylan Archuleta.
Yes, indeed.
Bird ready, delivers. And he got a piece of it, but fouled out a play, and he's ahead in the count now, 1-2.
And that's what he needs to be, especially in the second with 2 down early in the game. I was thinking it was going to be similar to the one they had just a couple of months ago in Hobbs.
That was high, and he chased it. Good pitch from Major Bird and struck him out.
That's his first strikeout. That is also his 64th strikeout for the season.
Number 10, Josh Boyer will step in for the Rio Rancho Rams. Dressed in white and black today. Hobbs with the white trousers and the black and gold jerseys. First pitch, fastball, low.
And I've seen Boyer hit a home run against La Cueva. Of course, they are the number 2. He knows how to hit.
Next pitch, and he hits that one hard, but it's up in the air and deep out toward right center field.
Yes.
And a long run, but a nice play made by the Eagles' right fielder for the second out.
Thank you, Saul Amadeus, for picking that one up and getting the second out for the Hobbs Eagles.
And I'm telling you, when those balls get hit in the air and deep like that, there is enough wind. It's doing just what we said. You have to allow for it, and he did a nice job backpedaling and adjusting to his right and pulling that one in. So 2 down. Hobbs trying to get through this half inning without going down any further on the scoreboard. It's a good pitch there, but low for ball 1.
Mm-hmm.
And your hitter is Dylan Tinker, number 13 for the round. Bird delivers a chopper out towards second, a 2-hopper over to first, and that will retire the side in a good inning for Major Bird and the Hobbs Eagles. We go to the top of the third, 2-0 Rio Rancho.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
RMS Foods Incorporated of Hobbs supports local athletics. Wishing the Hobbs Eagles the best of luck. That hard work and dedication is definitely paid off. It's time to shine, Eagles. RMS Foods, providing high-quality products for the food industry. RMS Foods Incorporated, Hobbs, New Mexico, proud to be a part of Lee County. Go Eagles! Your friends at RMS Foods are behind you all the way. Hobbs Rental wants to wish Lee County student-athletes the best of luck as they take on challenges and experience success. The team of Hobbs Rental wants you to know that teamwork is everything. Hobbs Rental provides complete valve service, relief valve, vent valve, and thief hatch maintenance. VR certified and ISN approved. When you need the job done right the first time, call Hobbs Rental at 393-3035. Go Eagles!
Saul Armendariz is up right now.
And he made a nice play out there in right center field for the Eagles. He's the one we were talking about, dealing with that wind. He'll step in against Lee here to open the top of the third. And that one got through the webbing of the catcher's mitt and popped out, went to the backstop, high, ball one.
Yeah, so far this game is going rather swimmingly as far as speed. It's been pretty quick as we're in the top of the third.
Yeah, it has been quick. Lee to the plate, big cut by Armendariz. Strike one.
Saul hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to hit, but when he has, it's only been at 175 is his batting average. But he has scored 10 runs off of 11 hits.
1-1 pitch coming from Lee. That's low, 2-1. And again, that one got away from the catcher, Boyer, and rolled down the third base line. 2-0 Rio Rancho, and they got him in their first inning.
Saul has had 2 doubles and 2 triples. We're hoping for another one in this at-bat.
Lee with the 2-1 delivery. And that is fouled back out of play. 2-2.
Yes, indeed. It will probably be another one of those pitching duels where you're going to see very few runs early on in this game, at least until about the 5th when the batter starts to settle in and realize maybe they know how to hit this pitcher.
Lee delivers high there. Sometimes it's an advantage to be, I'm not going to say a short guy batting, but a shorter hitter. And then if you can crouch a little, you can shrink that strike zone. That was a pretty good pitch, but too high for this batter, and so is that one.
Yep.
And he walked him. So Hobbs has a man aboard now with nobody out. Here in the top of the third, and you're only down 2. Gerardo Gonzalez will step in for the Eagles.
That is the 14th time Armendariz has walked this season.
And a timely base on balls right there. Hobbs gets a runner on with nobody out.
We're on the top of the order.
And Lee to the plate, big cut, swing and a miss, strike one.
Like that, just lost the ball somewhere apparently, didn't quite connect with it. Too fast, too slow, don't know, but missed it nevertheless.
Gerardo Gonzalez. 0-1 pitch coming, that's high and in, 1-1.
That's good. And Gonzalez is hitting 200. He's got 1 hit, 8 RBIs, and 5 runs. He's also got a triple. He hasn't had too many at-bats this season.
Lee on the curveball, way high. 2-1.
Looks like that one just got away from his hand there. Still plenty of time, though, for the Hobbs Eagles to get back into the. I was mentioning the last game that they played against Rio Rancho. It was a 2-1 game at the end of the first, and I was hoping it would be a similar one, but Hobbs wasn't able to score.
Big swing and a miss right there. And the count is even at 2-2. Runner at first for the Eagles, nobody out. Top half of the third inning. That is stroked out towards second. Takes a short hop. They do get the out, and they turn the double play in spectacular fashion. I thought there was no way.
Exactly.
That was a heck of a play by Vasco Smith at second base. That ball took a nasty hop right at his feet. He was able to scoop it go to second, and then the shortstop able to relay that throw over to first, and that was a top-notch double play, Shula's Ron.
It was, and it was on point and very timely. Unfortunately, it happened against Hobbs.
Yeah. Big cut and an 0-1 count on the next batter for the Eagles, and that is going to be Josiah Martinez.
Exactly, and we need something to happen, some production to be able to get continue with the bats.
Lee to the plate, swinging a miss, strike two, and he's out in front of the hitter. He's breathing easy now. A runner on, nobody out. Then you turn the double play, and all of a sudden Lee is breathing a lot easier with 2 down, nobody aboard, and ahead in the count 0-2.
Exactly, and you can throw a couple of ugly pitches and see if Martinez will chase.
Yeah, get him to chase something. That is well outside, and he does not chase it. 1-2.
Yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of those pitches when you know you can be able to hit them. Of course, you're also going to make contact, make them right. Otherwise, it's just going to be a long foul ball.
And he got him swinging, but if you're going to go down, you got to get the bat off your shoulder. So he was swinging at it. And Hobbs, after getting the leadoff man aboard, unable to produce any runs. So we go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Rio Rancho. Want to thank our great sponsors. We could not do it without them. We always get great support from the Hobbs Eagle community, and we want to thank each and every one of them. Divine Energy, Hobbs Rental, IPS Incorporated, the Outlaw Grill, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, Lavelle Insurance, RMF Foods, Carter's Thriftway, and XL Energy.
And that was 5th strikeout for Smith Lee. So he is producing some good pitches against this Hobbs Eagles team, and they definitely need some help as far as getting the bats going as they are trailing 2-0 early in this bottom of the third.
One thing that works toward the Eagles' favor here, too, is that Bird, he is a senior, he's an experienced player, and now he's warmed up and settled in. Nobody likes to give up 2 runs in the first inning, but that gives you the greatest length of time to fight your way back into the game when that happens. And he had a very nice second inning as he's settling in here now. So you have confidence in him holding them when you go into this bottom of the third here. When you look at what he did in the bottom of the second, getting roughed up in the first when you're just getting going and not really into the game yet, sometimes you can understand that, but he did a good job of shutting them down in the last inning. And you would expect now, being a senior, he's settled in and has a good shot at holding them scoreless here in this inning.
Kason Savage up to bat for the Rams.
And that is hit out towards center. Wynn carrying it, and it gets over the head of the center fielder.
Yeah, Brewer could not quite get it. He was really close, was able to corral it, though, and keep it to a double.
And they have, it's not the Green Monster at Fenway Park, but they do have a relatively short center field, and they got a big wall out there that you got to hit it over. So if you're going to hit one out and center, it's got to be well up in the air to go out. You got a regular outfield fence all the way from right to center and left to center, and then you got a huge wall, dead center field. If you're going to hit one straight out of this ballpark, you've got to get it over that thing.
Exactly. That's it is a challenge, yes.
It was well short, but that made me notice that big, huge rise in the wall, dead center field. That is stroked out toward right, and it's headed toward the line. It's going to be fair.
Yep.
And that is a multiple base hit. That's going to score a run.
Yeah, it should be a triple.
That is a triple. And the Rams celebrate after the big hit by Nico Alcala. Man, when you've got one drifting toward the corner out there in right, that's what the doctor ordered for a triple. That's right where you need to hit it. And it was held up by the wind blowing in from out there, so it took a long time for the Eagles to get over there and be able to field it and get it back in.
Yeah, it was hit just, but unfortunately an RBI triple for that hit.
And that'll make the score 3-0. Still not out of hand. You're still into this game. And that's a called strike. Good pitch to calm the nerves there from Bird, who has been roughed up a little bit here in this bottom of the third. Couple of solid hits.
Senior Kia Fitak is at bat.
1 ball, 1 strike after that pitch. Runner at third and a run in for the Rams. And nobody out. Bird will deliver. Stroked back to the mound. A hops over the mound. Taking it second. Throw to first. Got him, but the run scores. And a good play by the first baseman to dig that throw out of the dirt and hang on to it for the out. However, it allows the run to come in from third rather.
Right.
And it's 4-0.
So it did what it wanted to do, sacrifice for
more or less.
that. Yeah.
But it took a good play from Hobbs, both at second and first base, to make it a sacrifice.
Exactly.
So 1 down. And the curveball is a great pitch, strike 1 on the hitter, number 5 for the Rams, Vascon Smith.
And you'll notice that Major Bird doesn't take a whole lot of time.
That one, he took a little something off it. It was inside.
Yep.
Even at 1-1.
Smith didn't chase that one.
Bird delivers here. Fastball is a called strike. Got the outside part of the plate. Good pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, one of the things you want to do when you're down 0-2 is make sure that you're not leaving it up to the umpire to make the decision.
Hit hard, deep, out toward left. And gone. It's out of here. The Rams are very comfortable playing at home, and that is a solo home run for Vascon Smith. And that will drive the score up to 5-0.
Yes, indeed. And Hobbs looking at...
Yeah, I see a little hairdo thing going on over here with the Rio Rancho Rams. A lot of them have dyed the hair yellow.
Right.
Not all of them, but 4 or 5 of those Rams players, I guess as a symbol of unity, have dyed their hair
Or superstition,
yellow.
You never know.
Or superstition. Well, it working, whatever it is, it's 5-0.
Right.
Fastball from Bird is a called strike.
Yeah, I do believe this team has been number 1 throughout most, if not all, of this season.
Sean Vigil is the hitter. 0-1 pitch from Major Bird is low. 1-1, still only 1 out after that Smith homer.
Yes, indeed. And now the catcher's at bat.
Nice changeup. He was way out ahead of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And he got on base last time with an error.
Bird ready. He'll deliver. And that is a ball low and away on the lefty hitter. Count goes to 2-2 with 1 out.
Yes, indeed, as the junior is facing the senior Major Bird.
And the pitch hit towards second. Roller knocked it down. Throw to first. And got him.
Got him, yes. Finally got the
I'll
call.
tell you, they made that closer than it needed to be.
Right.
But you got to do what you got to do. You got to keep it in front of you. He knocked it down and got the out, and that's really all that matters.
Exactly. He controlled it. He was able to get it in front of him, like you said, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do in baseball.
But it's a little tougher on my 63-year-old ticker when you do it that way. Because the play was very close at first, though the throw got there in time. 2 down.
Dean Ellison up for the Rams.
And the Rams are up 5 on the Hobbs Eagles, but still early in this thing.
Dean's a freshman as he gets another ball call.
Bottom of the third, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes on the hitter. Dean Ellison. Bird to the plate.
Yep.
That looks good.
But no.
And the catcher's saying that looked pretty good. No signal from the home plate. Bird is going, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. That's usually when he throws a strike ball. And
Man, I don't know what was wrong with that one, but it's 3-0. There's the strike call,
Right.
3-1. Really should be 3-2 right now.
Or 2-2, actually. If you
Or
want
2-2, yeah.
Want to be technical about it.
3-1 pitch is a called strike, and the count is full. But you could see the catcher first asking the ump what was, and then the pitcher on that one. There's a grounder, a shot down to third, throw to first, got him, good play, and that retires the side, but not before the Rams tack on 3 more. We go to the top of the 4th, 5-0 Rio Rancho in the first game of a 3-game set. Alan Scott and Ron Gunter bringing you Hobbs Eagle playoff baseball on the World Wide Web.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
An adolescent alligator is about 10 feet long, depending on climate and diet. You should stay at least one adolescent alligator 10 feet away from power lines. You should probably stay at least one adolescent alligator away from alligators, too. Get more safety tips at excellenergy.com/safety. Excel Energy.
All right, we are back, and Major Bird will lead off this inning for the Hobbs Eagles, and he takes a strike from Lee, 0-1 count. And the Eagles trying to cut into a 5-run deficit, big cut, swing and a miss there. No balls, 2 strikes on the senior.
Yeah, Bird had a fly out in the first. He's going to try to see if he can get something better on this bat.
0-2 pitch is coming, and fouled back over our heads, out of play. Count remains the same.
He definitely wants to help his own cause as he is the pitcher. He also bats. He's a pretty good batter, but he's been struggling as of late. So hoping to get out of that slump and get back into the swing of things.
0-2 delivery coming from Lee, chopped foul. He's going to leg it out, but he got a piece of it.
Yes, he did.
So you're gonna walk back and pick up the bat?
No,
No. I guess I could have sworn he got a piece of it.
He did, but the ruling is weird on that one, where if it goes back, then he can advance. As long as he's not tagged out at first, he is advanced at first, but now we have a pinch runner.
Number 6, Mackay Brewer.
Yeah, but with 2 strikes and you foul one off, there's still just 2 strikes. He should be back swinging.
No, there's a weird rule about
I don't know
that.
why he ran. He knew he hit the ball.
Yep.
That is hit right back at the pitcher, and that will go through the gap for a base hit out into center field.
And that was a solid hit from Brewer. Of course, they did pitch him this time, and he did get on base for that hit.
Yeah, he did get on.
Now batting for Hobbs, number 10.
So they just put in a substitute runner, so he was not out. And Hobbs is in business here with runners at first and second after the weird play with 2 strikes.
All right.
If you foul tip it, it's not usually a 3rd strike. So that's a rule I never heard of. But I really don't care. The Eagles have runners at first and second with nobody out. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. As I said, sometimes, baseball has strange little rules you just got to keep up with.
Yeah, well, I've never seen that before. Softball, baseball, or tiddlywinks. 0-2, you foul it away, you're still hitting. But he knew the rule because he took off, and I was going, what's he doing?
Yep.
One ball, one strike, nobody out. 2 aboard for Hobbs, down 5-0. And Lee coming to the plate, way outside.
Yes, indeed. Testing the runners, see if they'll advance to third and second, respectively.
Xavier Alvarado, lefty hitter at bat for Hobbs. 2 balls, 1 strike on him. Lee to the plate, and that's high, 3-1.
Yeah, they changed that recently. It was Bird after Brewer, but now it is Hector Armendariz. I'm sorry, not Hector Armendariz. Xavier Alvarado.
And we're going to have a conference, and I was just about to say that they have finally made Lee uncomfortable on the mound, and this is proof in the pudding right there. You're going to go out and have a conference here. It's really the first time he's been nervous.
Right.
Hobbs did have a runner on with nobody out in the last inning, but were unable to do anything with it. But it's different here. You got 2 guys on, nobody out, and you're behind in the count, 3-1. So a well-deserved stoppage in the action here for the Rio Rancho coaching staff to go out, bring the infield in, and settle the pitcher down, and that's exactly what they do.
Yes, indeed. They have beat the number 1 or top 10 teams for reasons. They can keep it under control and get some timeouts at the right time to be able to get it back into Rams ball.
And they're comfortably up by 5 runs, but still, that's not an insurmountable lead. And the next pitch is a fastball right down the middle for a called strike, 3-2. So a good, timely break in the action settled him down, and he got a called strike on the next pitch. This is a big pitch here, payoff pitch, and that is hit in the air out toward left, back, and caught on a nice play to keep that one on his scope out there in left field. Positioned himself perfectly and squeezes it for the first out. And for Rio Rancho, the best part of that play is the runners had to stay at home.
Exactly. It wasn't deep enough, or they weren't able to advance anyway, so you're right about that. But Dylan Tinker was able to get that pitch or bat called out for the Rams.
1 down, runners at first and second. Lee to the plate. And he gets the call. That looked a little high to me.
Yes, sometimes it is. But then again, our advantage, we don't have quite the same as the umpire does. Got quite a crowd here.
That is a ball. And that looked also to be a pretty good pitch. Maybe it missed outside. Jason Fuentes, number 5, is your Eagle hitter with 2 aboard.
He hasn't had a whole lot of experience at the bat.
And that is a called strike again up where the previous one was. I thought it was high.
That looked way off, but apparently it was a strike.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Every ump has a different strike zone.
True.
But this one generous on the high side. Lee to the plate. That's low.
Definitely.
And that's a ball, 2-2.
Had to get his golf club out for that one if he wanted to hit it.
And the Eagles, if they're going to have an opportunity to chip away, this is a big opportunity here with 1 down and 2 aboard for Fuentes, and the count's 2-2 here. Lee eyes the runner, comes to the plate, and he gets that call, and that's not a very good call. That was a curveball, but it was high and outside. And then he's generous with that high call, and as a hitter, you got to know that.
Exactly.
But that was not a great called strike, if you're asking me.
But again,
But he gets it, and that's the important part. It's the judgment of the home plate ump. But I thought 3 pitches there, including that last one, were way high.
Right.
That is hit hard but foul.
You know, you can't just have the bat sitting on your shoulder and make and have the umpire make the decision on whether you're out or not.
True,
You need
but
to work it.
you can't be chasing high pitches that are out of the strike zone and having them called strikes either.
Because that usually would just be a foul ball, but you would still be alive. But either way, we could argue about that for a while too.
But I can understand why he didn't swing at it.
Oh, yeah.
That is hit hard, and that is knocked down at short on a smart play by the shortstop. It had him in no man's land. He wasn't going to catch it, and it took a short hop off his chest, and he went for the easy play at second. So good decision making by the Rams, and that's not the first time today that they're very calm and collected when it comes to making the right play on defense, as they showed right there.
But
he wasn't worried. He didn't get excited. He knocked it down. He knew where to go with it. Easy play at.
Yeah, so 2 hits, 2 on, and unfortunately nobody scores. So we're going to be going to the bottom of the 4th. It is now still 5-0 with the Rio Rancho Rams coming up to bat.
Cinco de Mayo specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large Roma tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
All right, we are back, and we've got a 1-0 count on the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 4th, and that is Dylan Archuleta. I know. And there's the pitch, and that's fouled away. And I like the broken glass sound effect you get on these foul balls, because our car is not parked where it can be hit. It's not funny if your car is parked where it could be hit.
Oh, nice little souvenir, although it's really not worth it, but yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike, and the Rams still hold a 5-zip lead over the Hobbs Eagles. Archuleta with a shot between first and second. That's going to go out to right for a single. That ball had eyes, as they say. He hit it right squarely in between the first and second baseman. Clean hit.
Yep.
And a man aboard.
He did find the gap on that one, and that was a perfect hit for a first. In fact, actually, that was all they were missing in the cycle for the last one. They had a home run, a triple, and a double. If they had anybody who had a single, then they would have hit for the cycle. Of course, that would have been a team cycle.
I'd rather have a grape popsicle. Bird to the plate. That's a good pitch.
Ooh.
Gets the called strike. Snap throw down to first from the catcher. Made a close play as the runner was taking a big lead. You keep him honest. That was a pretty good snap throw down to first right there.
And in the Carlsbad series, Hobbs did get caught once, almost twice, doing the same thing. But yeah, that was a nice throw. Just did not get there fast enough.
Bird to the plate, and that gets away from the catcher. The runner will advance anyway and gets to second without having to steal.
Right.
That'll probably be scored a wild pitch.
Exactly. And yeah, it's unfortunate too, because down 5-0, you don't want to do any more mistakes or make any more mistakes than you can. And fortunately, that goes against Major Bird.
Puts a man in scoring position, nobody out, and he steps off the rubber there. Does not throw to second. No one's covering the bag, but steps off and doesn't balk, so that's always a good thing. And behind 2-0 on the count. That's up in the air. Infield fly. And taken by the shortstop. 1 down.
And Josh had earlier popped out to right field, so he's got 2 pop-ups with outs. So far so good on the batter that has hit at least a couple of home runs during this season.
And up next for the Rams, number 13, Dylan Tinker. He bats in that 9th spot, so they're going to be at the top of the order on the next batter with 1 away. No runs across this half inning. That is a called strike, and the throw down to second. Not a bad throw from the catcher.
He is getting better and better as far as the throwouts, or at least getting close to it.
He's been gunning at these base runners in this inning in particular. 0-1 count. Tinker is ready. Bird will work from the stretch here. Eyes the runner. Now comes to the plate. And that's in the dirt low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still only 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, Tinker was out in the 2nd with a 4-3. So let's hope that happens again. Maybe get 2 more outs and get out of this inning with no damage done for the Eagles.
Bird delivers. Fastball called strike. 1-2. On a good pitch from Major Bird.
And so far, the leading leader of strikeouts has only had 1 strike in this game so far. As we hear the wind blow.
And that's low and out in front of the plate in the dirt again. Nice job by the catcher not to let that one get past him.
Right.
Count will go to 2-2.
Yeah, we talked about Singleton. You know, if we had a hockey team, he would definitely be the goalie.
Yeah.
He can get down there when he needs to, and get up when he can, or as well.
Bird will come to the plate. That is hit up in the air, out toward right, drifting. Play for the first baseman, and gloved for the out. 2 down.
That's good. That was Xavier Alvarado catching that one very easily. Just camped underneath it, was able to get it for the 2nd out.
Now batting for Rio Rancho, number 4, Kason Savage.
Kason Savage back to the top of the order, leadoff hitter today for Rio Rancho's Rams. Ranked number 1 in the state, taking on the upstart Hobbs Eagles, who got in as the 16 seed. And trail at 5-0, which is respectable against the number 1 team.
Yes.
This game is still not out of reach. And a little over halfway through it.
And Major Bird still on the mound. Of course, he's looking good still.
To the plate, curveball is a strike over the outside part of the plate to the lefty hitter. And the runner at second has been stranded since the wild pitch got him there.
Exactly. He was waiting to get home, or at least get to third base and then go home, but Hobbs hoping that will not be the case.
2 down, and 1-1 pitch is outside. 2-1.
Yes, indeed.
Kason Savage in the batter's box for the Rams. Big lead out there by the man at second, and that's going to be a base hit.
Oh. And the runner went from third and on.
Yeah, they're going to send him. And he scores as the Eagles have issues getting that thing back in.
Right. If it would have been reined in, he would have been definitely held up at third. But once the ball was dropped, he noticed, or the coach said, "Go ahead, run, you got this." And
they really had no plans to send him. It was kind of a routine play. You're not going to send him, but any kind of difficulty fielding it cleanly and getting it back in, they give him the green light, and it's 6-0.
Exactly, and once again, that's a second error for the Hobbs Eagles.
that cost you. That lets the run come in. Big swing, miss on the next hitter, and it'll be an 0-1 count on number 1 for the Rio Rancho Rams, Nico Alcala. But a 6-run advantage for the home team now.
Yes, indeed.
2 in the first, 3 in the third, and they've tacked on 1 here in the fourth. And that's a shot that's going to be fair down the right field line, extra bases.
Yep.
That could be a triple. That's going to score another run. And that's the second time today they've gone to that corner in right field with a ball that had eyes. It was a couple of feet inside the foul line, so a beautifully placed ball out to right as a stand-up triple. And it's 7-0.
Yes, indeed. And I think the crowd here is very excited the Rams are doing so well.
Yeah, I mean, now it's a party for Rio Rancho now. And appropriately enough, they play the Bee Gees.
Staying alive.
It's a disco party for these guys right now.
Definitely.
Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother or whether you're on the base paths, you're trying to stay alive. There's a shot again down the first base line, but gloved by the Eagle first baseman, steps on the bag to retire the side. And we head to the 5th inning, but not before the Rams do a bit more damage and tack on 2 more. So we head to
now Rio Rancho 7, Hobbs 0.
So it looks like that was 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 error, and they had 1 left on. Hobbs, unfortunately, down 7-0 as we get back to it in just a moment.
Yeah, Sheila's Ron Gunter, Alan Scott here live from Rio Rancho, and we haven't been able to correspond with any of our other folks out there yet, and it's kind of not like being on the radio where you get updates on other games, but it makes me wonder how TJ and Dawn are doing at their locations, and I am sure they are doing fine. I think the Lady Eagles are at Alamogordo, and Lovington, the Wildcats taking on Valley, and so I'm just curiosity gets the best of me when state tournament comes. You kind of like to know how the other teams are doing too.
Well, I think the girls just started because it was going to be a 5. I think it was either 5 or 6, but I know it was a later game than ours. So I'll check that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we will go to break, and Ron Gunter and I will be right back. HobbsAmerica.com, the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. This is Hobbs Eagles baseball on the World Wide Web.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
All right, well, we saw some pictures of the Lovington game. I guess they can show that one.
Yep, 13-1, top of the 3rd. Lovington is down to Valley.
Oh, that's not the score I wanted to hear, being from Lovington.
Yeah, I know.
But it is what it is, and I didn't want the Eagles to be down 7-0, but they are, and you got to dance with who brung you, so never say die, dig in, and see what you can do here in the top half of the 5th inning.
Yep, counts 1-2 right now.
And Hobbs trailing 7-0. Lee has gone the distance on the mound. He gets a called strike there. And we're even up at 2-2.
For Hector Armaderas, who in the last one struck out. We're hoping that won't happen this time.
Lee delivers, and that is hit out toward right, the favorite area for the Rams. However, their right fielder able to get underneath that one and catch it for a long out down the right field line.
Yes, indeed. Didn't have to move too far either. Wind not a factor really with that one, as he was able to get underneath it and to be able to catch it with no problems. First out for the top of the 5th. Of course, we got Saul Armaderas coming up next.
And then we'll be back to the top of the Hobbs lineup with the next hitter. That's way outside on Armanderas, 1-0.
And yeah, just to affirm that the girls' softball game will be starting at 6 o'clock. They haven't started yet.
Ah, thank you, Ron.
Yes.
2 balls, no strikes on Armendariz. And 1 out after a fly ball to right. That is high. 3 balls, no strikes on the hitter now.
I was actually expecting a strike call.
Well, yeah, I was too.
And we've had some umpires who wait it seems like a minute and a half before they give the signal.
Right. That is a called strike.
That looked like it hit the ground.
That
but either
looked
way.
low. Yeah,
exactly.
3 balls and 1 strike on the hitter now.
So what we thought was a strike was a ball, and what we thought was a ball was a strike.
Correct.
So it makes sense.
That is high.
Right.
And you get the walk. So the base on balls coming for the Eagles.
And that is only the 3rd walk issued by the Rams in this game. It has not helped so far as the Hobbs Eagles have not been able to score in this game.
Gerardo Gonzalez, back to the top of the order here, will step in for Hobbs. Down 7-0, still time, but you got to manufacture a run or two here.
Now you definitely got to get the bat stroking, and they did that against Carlsbad, but they need to do it now.
Fouled back, a good cut. And that is a strike.
Because before you know it, it's the top of the 7th, and you're down to 3 outs.
Right. No balls and 1 strike on Gonzalez. 1 down and a runner aboard for Hobbs. Change up. He's out in front of it.
Yes.
Strike 2.
And that one worked well because, like you said, he was right out in front of it. He took a hard swing, but came up with nothing but air.
That was a nice off-speed pitch from Lee.
Yeah, definitely need to get something going. Gonzalez hasn't had too much luck this season with 191 batting average.
0-2 delivery. Called strike, got him looking.
And again, that's one of the problems that Hobbs has. They do go ahead and look. I mean, I know that looked like a ball, but still, you got to make something happen of it. Otherwise, you're just sitting there watching it go by, and it becomes a strike and a strikeout. And I believe that is the 7th strikeout for the game for Smith Lee.
He's having a good day.
Definitely. And we knew he would, too. We knew this would be one of those pitching duels that Hobbs would have to get over.
They show bunt here, the Eagles, and foul it back for a strike. 0-1.
Yes, indeed.
Josiah Martinez at bat.
And he got to 2nd the first time at bat, but he struck out last time, so we're hoping to see if he can duplicate his first at bat.
Lee eyes the runner at first, comes to the plate, low and away. Ball 1, strike 1.
All right. Still alive and with 1 on, but 2 outs. You know, they've done a lot of damage with 2 outs, Hobbs has.
That looked to be a perfect pitch, but this umpire's strike zone, that is a ball low, 2-1.
And you know what? Hobbs fans will take that all day.
Yeah, I will too, but that looked to be a darn good pitch.
Again, you know, just because we think it looks good doesn't mean it looks good down there. So.
Or well, doesn't mean he's making the right call either.
You know, if he keeps it the same.
There, it's hit hard. That's going to go up the middle into the gap, and a nice piece of hitting there. Gives the Eagles 2 men on. Unfortunately, 2 outs, but as you mentioned, Ron, they have done damage with 2 away. So we'll see what they can do here, and you got to get some runs on the board, trailing 7-0, and you got Major Bird stepping in.
And that means the Bird can get on.
And then you're going to bring up your big bat in Brewer.
And that'll mean walking a run in because.
Yeah, and Brewer has not really been up to hit in a situation where you can get some RBIs because they walked him the first time and then he didn't have runners aboard the second time.
No, he had a runner on first, but he only hit a single, which advanced him to the second base. So again, yeah, no RBI so far for the leading hitter, Brewer, but I'm sure that that is something they're discussing on the mound right now as they're trying to figure out what to do about the next 2 batters for Hobbs.
Yeah, and while they do that, we'll take a break. Well, no, we won't because they just broke the huddle. We'll just stay here. With 2 down, we'll get to the break soon enough. But, again, a key moment in the game, if you can extend the inning with 2 down and then get Brewer to the plate with the bases loaded, you'd have a real opportunity here to get back in this thing.
And Smith is at 74 pitches so far.
And that is another timely visit to the mound from the Rio Rancho coaching staff, because it's a critical juncture here in this game, even though they are up 7-0.
Very true.
Lee to the plate, and Bird hits that in the air out toward left, and that is unfortunately a playable ball for the left fielder.
Yes, it is.
And that is a long out to retire the side, but you were right at the tipping point right there.
Yeah, that's what they call, or used to call, a can of corn.
1 walk, 1 hit, but our score
Easy to catch.
remains Rio Rancho 7.
Yeah, that was, let's see, we had 1 hit, 2 on, but we also had no errors and no runs go in. So we're looking at the bottom of the 5th. 7-0 is your score. Hobbs still trailing as the Rams come up to bat.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans.
Hobbs Rental wants to wish Lee County student-athletes the best of luck as they take on challenges and experience success. The team of Hobbs Rental wants you to know that teamwork is everything. Hobbs Rental provides complete valve service, relief valve, vent valve, and thief hatch maintenance. BR certified and ISN approved. When you need the job done right the first time, call Hobbs Rental at 393-3085. Go Eagles!
All right, we are back at bat. Vascon Smith, number 5. He took that first pitch for a ball, 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bird to the plate. That's hit hard down to short, and it gets through past the third baseman, I should say. Hit between short and third. And that'll go roll out into left for a leadoff single.
Yes, indeed. They get some more insurance runs and maybe even a few more, and they can actually get this to a mercy rule ending since it's after the 5th inning.
Yeah, if you get 3 more and get to 10.
But we're hoping that Bird can still continue on. He may last until 5. He is at 70 pitches right now.
Man aboard, nobody out, and Bird to the plate. Curve ball, swing and a miss. And strike 1 on the hitter, Sean Vigil.
It's a nice swing, nice miss for 1 strike.
Bird will deliver. They show bunt and then take it back. Snap throw to first, not in time, but a good throw once again.
Exactly. A little hesitation from Singleton, but did get the ball there on. Get the ball there. Just didn't get it on time.
You'd like to be able to gun him down, but more importantly, you're reminding him, I got an eye on you.
Yeah, keep him honest.
You don't really expect every time to get that out. You'd like to, but it keeps pressure on the runner just in case he's thinking of taking too big a lead and trying to steal second. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the hitter.
Got to keep your head on a swivel over there. You definitely got to make sure you're paying attention. Otherwise, you get caught sleeping and you're out, and then you got a long walk back to the dugout.
Nobody out with a runner on here for the Rams. And Bird to the plate, and that is stroked out toward left. That's going to fall in no man's land. And it's got enough spin on it to go toward the third base side. Play at third out. Heads up play by the Eagles. I thought they were going to take third easily and able to gun him down from left field. A good play, and the nice play by the third baseman to make sure the bag was covered.
And that was the pitcher. That was Major Bird. He came over and covered third as the throw was in. and got him on time. And I wasn't expecting him to get him on time, but he was good enough to get that swipe and get the tag out.
Heads up play by the Eagles to cut down the lead runner. So you got a man at second now. You got one out, but it takes away the threat at third. And Major Bird, runner comes to the plate. That is stroked foul down the third base side. No balls, one strike on the hitter, number 12 for the Rams, Dean Ellison.
And that does save the scoring opportunity for Rams. Would have been 8. That would have been 2 more scores. That was all they would have needed to end this game.
That pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yep, and we are Rocky Mountain High over here.
And 1 down in the inning. Bird to the plate, and that's a little chopper right out in front of the plate. Played by the catcher, guns to first for the out, and a good play by the backstop for Hobbs.
Did advance Sean Vigil, but it does get 2 outs for the Rams.
Runner will advance to third.
Rancho number 6, Dylan Archuleta.
Dylan Archuleta will step in against Major Bird here, but some heads up D from Hobbs in this inning to get 2 away and not let a run score. Still a 7-0 game.
Now, Vasquez Smith doesn't look like he'd be good, but he is signed to the Lobos.
1 hopper to short, throw over to first is a 1 hopper, but a nice stab by the first baseman to get that third out. So some good defense played by the Hobbs Eagles there, not to give up anything as we head to the top of the 6th inning. And the score remains 7-0 Rio Rancho. Back after these words.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
RMS Foods Incorporated of Hobbs supports local athletics. Wishing the Hobbs Eagles the best of luck. That hard work and dedication is definitely paid off. It's time to shine, Eagles. RMS Foods, providing high-quality products for the food industry. RMS Foods Incorporated, Hobbs, New Mexico, proud to be a part of Lee County. Go Eagles! Your friends at RMS Foods are behind you all the way.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
Becky Brewer will step in.
And the umpire got hit by that pitch.
And there will be a lull in the action here, and that thing took a hop and got a pretty good lick on the umpire, who is, at the very least, got the wind knocked out of him.
Right.
Coaching staff comes out. The other 2 umps are there. And we have a lull here, but he took a pretty good hit.
Yeah,
and you've got the chest protector and all of that, but it's still occasionally there's a gap where a ball can get through.
Exactly, and even with the protection, sometimes you can feel that impact. We've seen umpires get hit by like balls from just skim against them, but never this strong. So it's going to take a moment to see if he can get his breath back and continue with his game.
He has been with his chest slumped over and the knees bent since it happened. He has not gone to the ground. He's standing up, the home plate umpire, but it's going to take a minute to recover from that. Right. And if you don't think a high school kid can throw the baseball hard and fast, get out there yourself, because they can.
Exactly.
And it's not a softball that we're playing with. It's a hard ball. It's like a rock, a chunk of cement. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's starting to put the equipment back on. He gets the hat on.
Yes, indeed. So he will be.
And he's going to get a nice round of applause, not only from the crowd, but from us.
Get some water or Gatorade and help him out.
Rub some dirt on it. It's baseball. Rub some dirt on it and get back in the game.
We got Makai Brewer up, and he's doing the best he can, especially since they walked him intentionally in the first. He also had a single, I believe, back in the 4th inning, so he's back up again, hoping to get something damage done, get a strong hit, and maybe even knock it out of the park for a single home run.
1-0 count on Brewer, who is good enough to where sometimes you're just robbed of opportunities when they walk you intentionally, and that is outside for a ball, 2-0. And you know they have told Lee, the pitcher, don't give him anything, don't put it in the middle of the strike zone, so he's behind in the count, 2-0. That's a hard shot for a base hit out to center field. A roller will get Brewer to first.
And that's exactly where he hit it last time for his last single, too. So 2 for 2 on singles is Brewer, as he can cruise and continues to increase his batting average.
Alvarado will come to bat. Xavier Alvarado for Hobbs, with nobody out and a man on. And time running out in the first game of a 3-game set here, down 7-0 to Rio Rancho. That is a shot right to the same spot, but it's gloved, and the misplay at second, bobbled by the shortstop covering second. So a little chink in the armor of the Rams, and Hobbs has 2 men aboard with nobody out.
Now batting for Hobbs, number 5.
Sure do, and that does help, especially with 2 on, no out.
Number 5, Jason Fuentes. 5 for Rio Rancho is Vascon Smith. 5 for Hobbs is Jason Fuentes, a plus 400 hitter. 2 men aboard, nobody out. This would be his time to shine if you can get the bat on the ball here. And that is a first pitch ball on the fastball. Good eye. 1-0.
Yes.
Eagles trying to put the rally caps on here.
Yeah, this is definitely the time to do it. Don't want to wait till the 7th inning. You want to get something, get at least some runs back in the 6th inning, and then hold Rams at the bottom.
Lee to the plate. Ball gets away from the catcher, and that is ball 2. 2-0 behind in the count now with runners aboard, first and second, and nobody out. And so again, Lee, one of the few times he's had to sweat a little, he's got to be feeling it here.
And I still don't see anybody over there warming up for the Rams, so maybe they continue to pitch with him.
Yeah, I think they will. You probably won't get anyone throwing unless he gives up 2 or 3 runs.
Right, no need really.
But this is Hobbs' best looking chance to stay in this thing and at least to make it respectable and put some runs on the board. They show bunt and lay one down, and it's foul.
Right.
2 balls, 1 strike on Fuentes.
Yeah, bunts are tricky sometimes. You got to hit it just right so where it's just out of the reach of both the catcher and the pitcher. Or either that or you just got to be really fast, run it out, and be able to get to first base.
Lee eyes the runner at second, comes to the plate, big cut and a miss, and the count is even, 2-2.
Yes, indeed. And Fuentes is once again going to have to guard that base, be able to swing it pretty much anything that's in his reach, and hope that either it'll foul or it'll get somebody to advance on the bases.
2-2 pitch coming. That's high. Earlier in the game, that would have been a called strike, but not in the last few innings.
And I think everybody was
and the count
waiting
goes
for
full.
that.
Yeah, Rio Rancho fans thought that was going to be a strike, but it's not. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming, and it's a big one for Lee and for Fuentes, and that is hit out toward shallow right and will be caught for the out. And it was in close enough to where the runners could not advance. So
that's right.
Still runners at first and second, and now one out.
Kenyon Singleton.
Singleton will come up, the Eagles catcher.
Now during the play, when they were in Hobbs and they faced Rio Rancho, Singleton hit .333, had 3 plate appearances and had 1 hit and no runs.
Here comes the pitch. And that's a called strike. He took a little something off that one and got the outside part of the plate, 0-1.
Yes, indeed. And Smith looking good right now on the mound.
That's away, 1-1.
Yeah, the catcher had to lunge for that one, so could not sell that as a strike with that big of a lunge.
I believe we've had a pitching change. Have we? Is that number 9 on the hill now? I've got Ryan Lewis.
You know what? You're right. We didn't even notice.
No, because generally, there's some pomp and circumstance, and they take a certain number of warm-up pitches, but it was hard to notice that happening, but we do have a different pitcher.
Right.
Ryan Lewis on the hill now.
It's usually announced, too, but I guess they missed it, too.
Yeah. So he's on in relief of Lee, who went 5 innings in this thing and shut out Hobbs.
Mm-hmm.
Two men on, 1 out, and a 3-1 pitch coming from Lewis. That gets past the catcher. That's going to be a wild pitch, and the runners will advance. And in fact, it's ball forward, so they don't advance. Exactly. Bases are loaded.
Exactly. So that does load the bases. First time that Hobbs has had an opportunity with 1 out to be able to get back into this game. And we're hoping that the next batter, which is going to be Hector Armendariz, can make some noise.
Best opportunity to score multiple runs today for Hobbs here, and it comes in the 6th. And that is stroked high in the air out toward right. Again, the wind will hold it up. Yep. They'll tag. Runners are coming to the plate, and Hobbs will get a run on the board. And so they get the goose egg off the scoreboard. It's 7-1.
Exactly. That's one of the things you want to do is, you don't want to get blanked. Even by a number 1 team, when you're number 16, you want to make your best effort, and they definitely want to get more runs with 2 on right now.
So the sacrifice fly brings a run in. 2 down, and runners at first and second for Hobbs. Lewis will come to the plate, called strike. No balls and 1 strike on Saul Armendariz. That, again, is hit out towards shallow right. Backing up is the first baseman, second baseman, but the right fielder comes in to glove it for the 3rd out. But the Hobbs Eagles get on the board, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Rio Rancho Rams 7, Hobbs Eagles 1.
Hobbs Rental wants to wish Lee County student athletes the best of luck as they take on challenges and experience success. The team of Hobbs Rental wants you to know that teamwork is everything. Hobbs Rental provides complete valve service, relief valve, vent valve, and thief hatch maintenance. BR certified and ISN approved. When you need the job done right the first time, call Hobbs Rental at 393-3085. Go Eagles!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans.
Josh Boyer will step in now for the Rio Rancho Rams to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning.
He has had 2 flyouts in this game.
And Bird delivers ball 1. That was inside.
Yeah, backed him off the plate a little bit.
This one is hit hard down to short, a big one hopper, or make that third base, and a long throw, but in time for out number 1.
Yes.
And a nifty play by the Hobbs third baseman.
Now batting for Rio
And
Rancho,
that's exactly what Hobbs needed, was 1 out, 2 more to go to get out of this inning and make sure they don't have to worry about any more runs going in. Of course, that was a 5-3 as you score it.
And Dylan Tinker, number 13, will step in for the Rams.
Has not reached base yet in 2 at-bats.
Bird to deliver the high on the fastball, 1-0. And again, you guys can see by the graphic up on the web page that that is hitting the air out towards center and drifting in to make the play. And that's a quick 2 outs for the Eagles. We would love to be showing pictures of this thing as well as bringing you guys sound, but NMAA guidelines won't allow us to do that when they have Pro View here. And we see their camera set up just to our right.
Yep, and that was a short hop over for Makai Brewer. He didn't have to go very far to get that nice second out. And of course, you know, if there would have been a runner, he could have easily thrown him out at home base. He's done that in the past. Kason Savage rips that one out toward right. Held up by the wind, and that'll retire the side, and it's gloved by the right fielder for Hobbs, and the Eagles get 3 up, 3 down to go to the 7th and final inning. Eagles got to get runs, or the Rio Rancho will not have to bat in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back.
An adolescent alligator is about 10 feet long, depending on climate and diet. You should stay at least 1 adolescent alligator 10 feet away from power lines. You should probably stay at least 1 adolescent alligator away from alligators too. Get more safety tips at excelenergy.com/safety. Excel Energy.
Cinco de Mayo specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large Roma tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
All right, we are back. Gerardo Gonzalez will step in to lead off the top of the 7th for the Hobbs Eagles and takes first pitch swing and fouls that one back into the netting. Ryan Lewis, the pitcher, coming in relief of Lee, who started the ball game and pitched a fine game. Had Hobbs shut out through 5. Seth Lee was the starter. That is a called strike for Lewis, the reliever, and quickly ahead, 0-2 in the count. Hobbs down to its final 3 outs. This is a best of 3, though, so we will have another game tomorrow morning at 10. That is stroked out toward right. The right fielder has been busy, and he makes a great play there. That looked as if it might curve in, have eyes, and drop for a single, but a nice play by the right fielder for Rio Rancho.
You're correct. In fact, he's had the last 2 outs for the Rams.
1 down here for the Eagles.
And yeah, it is do or die time, like you said, for the Hobbs Eagles.
That is a chopper down to third, big hop in the air, long throw, and an out number 2. And Lewis is just what you look for in a late reliever or a closer. He's getting guys to hit it on the ground or loft it up in the air to the outfield. A couple of easy plays here for 2 away.
Yeah.
And Hobbs down to its final out here in game 1, and Bird will step in.
Yep, he had a fielder's choice in the first. He got a double in the second. And
fastball outside, ball 1.
Fly ball in the 5th.
Lewis gets the sign he likes. Bird digs in. Here comes the pitch. A big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is away, just outside, 2-1.
And I like to call that a ball, although sometimes it has been close enough that it's a strike.
And it has been called a strike in this game. That one is low and away, 3-1. So 2 quick outs, and now falling behind in the count is Lewis. But no runners on, and a comfortable 7-1 lead. Big swing for strike 2. The count goes full, and Hobbs is down to its final strike in this ball game.
And Major Bird wanted that one back. He knew that he missed it just barely, and you just got to shake it off and go on.
Payoff pitch. Hit right back at Lewis, and it hit him. And that will get Bird to first base. But that has to hurt. It came off the shin. He appears to be all right, but that's got to hurt.
You know, it's one of those situations, could be that because he was so in the moment, he may not even felt that to hit him, and if it did, it may have hit him in the glove. But either way, there's no ill effects, and now they're checking the ball out to make sure it's all right. They're making sure the ball is all right, not the
pitcher. Yeah, you get hit on the shin with a hard ball like that, and you're going to be noticing it. So it must have deflected off the glove, because he would be in a lot of pain if that directly. There's no skin. It's all bone right there.
Exactly. There's skin. There's no muscle. There's no fat there. It's just skin and bone, and yeah, that definitely hurts. I've had it a few times, and I don't wish that on anybody.
So the Eagles get a man on with 2 down and trailing by 6 here. That's a chopper down to first, and that's going to end the ball game. A little toss to the pitcher, and we are done. And Lewis obviously was okay, because he had to scamper over from the mound to cover first. So the Rio Rancho Rams take game 1 of the 3-game set by a final of 7-1. They put up 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, didn't score in the 5th, and didn't have to bat here in the 6th, didn't have to bat in the 7th. Hobbs put up their lone run in the top of the 6th inning.
Right.
And the final 7-1. There will be game 2 tomorrow right back here at Rio Rancho High School. It begins at 10 in the morning. Tune in shortly before, and Shoeless Ron Gunter and I will be here to bring you a little pre-game chatter. And we want to thank all of our great sponsors who have made all of our coverage possible. We could absolutely not do it without their generosity. Great community-minded businesses. And thanks to you guys for taking advantage of the public service we offer from the Walmart Digital Solutions and One Radio Square Sports by putting these games on the World Wide Web. I want to thank Ron Gunner. I want to thank our fine backups, Max and Tiffalicious back at the station, and all of our sponsors, Divine Energy, Hobbs Rental, IPS Incorporated, Outlaw Grill, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, Lavelle Insurance, RMS Foods, Thriftway, Carter's Thriftway Grocery Stores, and last but certainly not least, Excel Energy. Well, you don't like losing, but Hobbs did not play badly in this game. They did get a run on the board. They did not get shut out. It could have been 7-0. They had some opportunities to put up a few more runs. Were not able to capitalize, but didn't make a ton of mistakes out there, and they're playing a very good Rio Rancho team. So 7-1's pretty respectable in game one, and we look forward to what's going to happen in game two, because that's a must-win for the Eagles if you want to extend this series, and the only way to do that is what they call steal one of these games from a team that's seeded way higher than you are. So we're hoping that they can come out and get that done tomorrow, but the Eagles don't have anything to hang their heads about in this game. They got some good pitching. This is a good team, and they had some key hits when they needed them, and they were able to put one out of the park and put up 7 runs. You look at what they've scored this season routinely, they're scoring double figures, 14, 15, 17 runs. So it was not a bad showing by the Eagles. You lose this one by 6, but you have an opportunity to take that middle game tomorrow and force a game 3, and that's what we're hoping they can do, Ron.
Exactly, and yeah, as always, you know, you take a win and you take a loss, you learn from your mistakes, you learn from what you did right. You take other examples, too, on other teams that beat them. Volcano Vista recently, that just beat them by a score of 2-1, I believe. And so you take those examples, you make them yours, and you try to duplicate that success. And now the pressure's on them a little more, not as much, though, because, again, it's one of the, you know, they're 16. Nobody expects them to win. So you got to go out there and play and catch Rio Rancho sleeping. But, you know, this team so far has not been they have been on it. They have not been sleeping. And I know another good pitcher is going to be out there tomorrow for both sides. I believe it's going to be Brewer for the Eagles, and I'm not sure about for the Rams, but I'm sure he's got a great record. Unfortunately, they don't give us that, so just guessing. But from the record, yeah, they've got to be great, and it's just another one of those uphill battles, and up against the wind too, up against everything for the Hobbs Eagles as they have that second must-win game.
And we invite you to join us for our coverage again. The first pitch scheduled for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Saturday, live from Rio Rancho High School. The Rams take game 1 by a final of 7-1. We'll see what the Eagles can do tomorrow in game 2. For Shoeless Ron Gunter, I'm Alan Scott saying thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you at the next one.